Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Parkview Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more information. Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age, any skill level.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
And good evening, football fans. Welcome to SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio. Tonight we're broadcasting live from the southwest side of Fort Wayne, where the Homestead Spartans will host the Bishop Luers Knights. Before we begin this broadcast, let's send it back to the station for an opening prayer. And again, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Broadcasting live alongside Matt Geely, I'm Sean McBride, and we are getting set for the kickoff here in mere moments here at Homestead, where the Bishop Luers Knights, checking in at 1-1 on the season, are facing the undefeated Homestead Spartans as the teams make their way out to the midfield stripe to get ready for the ceremonial coin toss. We're going to check in real fast with our sideline reporter tonight, and that, from Northeast Indiana Game Night, is Casey O'Boyle. Casey, welcome to the broadcast.
Hey, Sean, thanks a bunch. Yes, this is ceremonial because it's already taken place. Bishop Luers won the toss. They deferred to the second half. Homestead will receive, and the Bishop Luers Knights will be kicking right to left on your radio dial towards the scoreboard. And just a quick update for folks that are listening on the radio. It's very overcast, very windy down here. Could influence the passing game early on, but otherwise pretty good night for football.
Great stuff, Casey. Thanks very much for that. And while we have a few minutes here, Matt Julie, let's talk about the tail of the tape. Both of these squads coming in. Very impressive so far for our Homestead, and the injury bug has bitten the Bishop Luers Knights as well. What's your take on tonight's contest?
Well, starting with the Knights, their keys to the game, with those injuries, they got to be able to establish the line of scrimmage and establish the run early. If they're able to maintain the time of possession and maintain the clock, keep their defense off the field, keep them fresh, they'll have a chance here to knock off a big upset tonight against the Spartans. On the other side for Homestead, protect the football. They've done a great job all year long with 0 turnovers up to this point. You can't give Luers any free plays. And the second part is keep Luers' playmakers at bay. If you let the Knights get the corner and get the ball out to the outside, they could be very dangerous tonight. I'm excited for a good game here. The Knights come in hungry. They're down a man. It's next man up mentality, and it's an opportunity to really shock the city tonight.
Football fans, we'd like to thank our game sponsor, Parish Orthodontics. Doctors Brandon and Laura Parrish of Parish Orthodontics are the Game of the Week sponsor. Parish Orthodontics offers orthodontics for all ages with 7 locations around the Fort Wayne area. If you want a beautiful smile for a lifetime, check out parishorthodontics.com. Bishop Luers Knights making their way out onto the field. Nick Berkmeyer, number 7, will have the kicking responsibility. Matt, we kind of talked about it, the injury bug. It's really kind of pervasive. Carter Drake is not in for the Bishop Luers Knights. Ben Jennings is not in for the Bishop Luers Knights. There's a host of Knights that just aren't going to see the field tonight.
Yeah, we're going to see Nick Berkmeyer do a lot of things tonight. He's one of the most athletic kids on the field. He can do everything but drive the bus, and he might have that by the end of the night.
Yeah, there you go. From the 40-yard line, here comes Berkmeyer's kick, and it's a low squib down the middle, taken by an upback. Number 7 falls at the 38, and that is where Homestead will take over. Tyler Burris, the return man, he is a senior for the Spartans, and that's where the Spartans will take over 1st and 10, moving left to right on your radio dial. And as Matt talked about, we are going to see some playmakers tonight for Homestead. It all starts with their quarterback, Luke Goody, the junior quarterback, checking in at 6'6", 170 pounds, wearing number 12, and a host of talented athletes surrounding him.
Key feature will be the running back Braden Hardwick, number 26, leads the team in carries, already over 40 on the year. See if the Spartans can establish the line of scrimmage early.
They check off from the shotgun, single setback. In the slot is Cam Rogers to the left side with a wide out there as well. Hardwick, the lone setback. He looks to throw on 1st down. Screen, left side. It's hit, and he is hit immediately and dropped for maybe a yard.
Tackle on the play there by number 4, Johnny Sewell. Sewell, one of the main outside presences for the Knights, and Luke Goody gets his first completion of the night. He comes in 33 of 57, 414 yards, 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. He is very accurate and very dynamic running the offense.
That pass was completed to Jake Archbold, and they do give him a yard there. Brings up 2nd and 9. They swap formations this time. This time they roll. Option, pitch. It's good. Trying to make that corner. Gets to the 40, diving forward to about the 44. Is number 26, Braden Hardwick. He's got some good numbers on the year so far, too.
Yeah, Hardwick, 42 carries, 333 yards coming into tonight, and 4 touchdowns. Leads the Spartans in scoring. He's going to be the mainstay back there for Homestead. And for the Knights, that option play kind of got the defensive end caught in between. He's got to commit either quarterback or running back, and he's got to trust his teammates, more specifically his linebackers, to flow to the ball and take care of the other responsibility. Homestead likes to check at the line of scrimmage, see the defense, and make the call from there. They're going to take their time.
On 3rd and 5, from the shotgun, he looks to throw. Has time, throws over the middle, has a man on the crossing route. In Luers territory, tripped up, still on his feet. He's got blockers. He's on his way. The 25, the 20, down to the 10, down to the 5. That is a touchdown for Jake Archbold.
Right down the middle of the field. He found a little bit of a zone, open area against the Knights and went all the way down the field for the score. Knights had about 5 different tacklers make contact with him on the way down the field. None of them able to wrap up and bring him down. A huge gain there for the Spartans and a huge start for them. Tough start for the Knights defense.
I think that was about a 57-yard completion there from Goody to Archbold. Going to check that, but a huge play there for the Spartans. 56-yarders, excuse me. So the touchdown stands, and the PAT is on its way here. Gunnar Fry, number 35, longtime kicker for the Homestead Spartans, will try and chip this one in. Archbold on the hold. The snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is also good. 7-0 here early. And the Spartans on top of the Bishop Luers Knights with 10:31 to go here in the contest. We'll step out for our first 30-second break. Stick around, folks. Lots more football right after this. You're listening to SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM. Of Northeast Chiropractic Center as our sports media sponsor. Northeast Chiropractic Center is a patient-centered office that focuses on staying well through chiropractic, massage, exercise, and functional medicine. That's our media sponsor, Northeast Chiropractic Center. Well, 7-0 is your early score. The Spartans chose to take the ball, and they made good on it to start this contest. 7-0 is your score with 10:31 to go on their first drive. It was Goody to Archbold with a 56-yard strike and scored 7 for the Spartans. Try to kick this one away. High end-over-end kick. Not very deep. Takes a bounce. Nice Luers bounce. Picked up near the 15. Going across. Gets to the corner. Out to the 20. The 25, the 30, and knocked out of bounds. Nice return that time by Jamick Johnson.
Johnson uses his speed there to get to the corner. He had to go backwards a little bit, and that's always a little shaky when you're returning the ball. But he used his speed to his advantage, got the corner, and the Knights will start with pretty good field position here on offense past the 30-yard line. Looks like it's going to be at the 31. And with the Knights, they're going to come out going left to right. The big men up front, left tackle Alex Workman, left guard Foster Johnson, center George Boudet, Justin Baum at right guard, and Peter Suloff at right tackle. And quarterback for the Knights is Christian Fly. Had a nice game last week, going 26 of 33 for 219 yards. A good bounce back after week 1.
The ball is at the 31-yard line. Trips package to the right side. Fly in the shotgun with a single setback. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback. Finds his way through the middle to the linebacker core, stretching and getting some yardage out to the 35-yard line. That's our breakout player, C.J. Hale, on the carry.
C.J. Hale, he runs angry, and he ran angry on that first play. He had 115 yards last week and 2 touchdowns. One of them, a highlight play of the week, as he decided as it was a one-way track, and he went over the defender.
And he did. Call that a gain of 5, just north of the 35 to the 36 now. Twins left and right, single setback. Here's a snap. He looks to throw, fires, got a man at the 40, and it is going to be no further than that. He was down, and they're going to mark it right at the 40-yard line, so just shy. Again, that's Jamick Johnson on the reception.
Nice pitch and catch there from Fly to Johnson. Johnson with a little bit of a 5-yard and out route. Fly hit him right out of his break. Good catch. Turned upfield, 1 yard short here. Offensive line, good pass pro, and good run blocking on the first 2 plays. They got to get a yard here and keep this drive alive. Hale in the backfield.
3rd and inches coming up for the Bishop Luers Knights. They look to the sidelines, make sure the call is square. Trips package to the right side. From the shotgun, here's a snap. Give the tailback through again. Hale breaking off tacklers, gets into the linebacker core, and more than enough for a first down out to the 46-yard line.
It was night and day, Sean, from week 1 to week 2 for this offensive line. It was a nightmarish week 1 for this unit, and then they recommitted. They did really well last week, and they're picking up right off of that here to start. Another huge hole, and Hale's hitting it hard and fast, and it's looking good for the Knights so far.
Same formation here on 1st and 10. 3 to the right, 1 to the left, and a single setback as C.J. Hale as Christian Fly checks in with the offensive coordinator.
Spartan linebackers about 5 yards off the ball. They're really respecting the pass.
Here's a snap. Again, give to Hale through the middle, finds a seam, and churns close to the midfield stripe. They're going to call him down just shy of the 50-yard line.
I love the way C.J. Hale runs. It's low. It's his body moving forward. And when you have your body moving forward at all times, even when you get contact, you're falling forward for at least a yard and a half every time. And it's taken more than one defender to bring him down. And he's doing really well for the Knights, and he's been a huge key difference maker so far this season. He was a key difference maker last week in the win.
Gain of 4 that time brings up a 2nd and 6. 2 wide outs to the right, 1 wide left. Wing back left as well. Homestead shows blitz. Oh, it's a bobbled snap. He's got it in the backfield covering. He covers up. Christian Fly does, and that's going to be a tackle for loss.
Can't go backwards. Can't make your own mental mistakes. And that was a mental mistake there for the Knights. Unable to get the snap and get the handoff. Moves them back a couple yards. Now they got 3rd and long. And this is where you want to try to stay out of, especially against this Homestead defense. They're only going to rush 3 up front. Matt Miller, Bryce Raber, and Mark Deli, the starters for the Spartans. They're going to drop everybody else back in coverage. Fly's got to find an open man.
They line up in the shotgun on 3rd and 9. Here's a snap. Fly looks to throw. Steps up. Now he's chased. He's got pressure. He goes down. He is dropped back near the 36-yard line.
Sacked there by Bryce Raber. He has a team-high 2 tackles for loss. Make that his 3rd in his first sack of the season. The senior defensive lineman. They only brought 3, and they still got home. That's tough for the Knights as they had a little bit of success there, back-to-back first downs, but now they're going to have to punt it back. And here's Nick Berkmeyer again.
Berkmeyer is going to line up at about the 23-yard line. Should launch from about the 25, 26. 2 men back deep for the Spartans. I believe that is going to be Archbold and Kistler back there. Here's a snap. It's a good snap. Gets his leg into it. It's a low liner. Good punt that time. Takes a skip. Hopped up and dropped right away at the 25-yard line is number 3 for the Homestead Spartans. And, of course, that's Jake Archbold.
Tackled by Brody Glenn, the sophomore for the Knights. Plays a little tight end, plays a little defensive back as well. Had a really nice game last week. Actually caught the eye of Coach Lindsay. Just flying around the field, making plays. A very aggressive player for just a sophomore. Bright future ahead for him.
7-0 is your score. Homestead on top. 6:39 to go in the first quarter. Homestead again with the ball. First score was a 56-yard connection from Goody to Archbold. Let's see what they can do here on offense. Ball is at 25. Single setback is Hardwick. Here's a snap. He looks to throw. Screen outside to the left side. He's got some room out there. Got the corner. Got the 40, the 45, the 50. Pushed out of bounds in Bishop Luers territory is Cam Rogers, number 41.
Really nice bubble screen there by the Spartans. They had 2 wide receivers out blocking, and it was up to just a linebacker for the Knights trying to chase Nick Berkmeyer. It's a tough play for him to make against a wide receiver. There's definitely a speed difference there between the 2 players, and Homestead was able to get the corner, and the good blocking outside makes a huge difference on those little screen plays.
Brings up a 1st and 10 inside Bishop Luers territory. They place the ball at the Luers 47-yard line. Homestead again lines up. Man in motion now, come to the right side. It's a jet sweep. They give it to him looking for some room. Dancing around, breaking some tackles, and finally getting wrapped up by about 3 Knights. Inside the 45, down to about the 43 is Jake Archbold.
Knights had him swallowed up there at the line of scrimmage, but we've seen some pretty shaky tackling so far from Luers. Something we didn't see in the first 2 weeks, Sean, as they're really not really wrapping up. They're just kind of hitting and bouncing off. Up front for the Knights, it's going to be Paul Berkmeyer, Ben Rectanis, and Alex Workman. They're going to have to get some pressure and really maintain that line of scrimmage.
Call that a gain of 4 that time, bringing up a 2nd and 6 for Homestead. Trips package to the left side. Working off the right hash mark. They check off, look to the sidelines. Final instructions. And he's back in the shotgun now. Here's a snap, give to the tailback, looking for some room. Bouncing it outside. He's got some green acres in the flats. Makes the turn at the 30, the 20. He's down at the 10 and finally driven out of bounds. That's Braden Hardwick with a nice run for the Spartans.
Fantastic run. He was trying to get up the middle, and he saw a lane open up to the left side. He bounced it outside and turned on the burners and took off going. Nice job there blocking up front. Left tackle Owen Heyer and left guard Brady Parker. Center Robert McCroy, Brant Meyer at right guard, and Grant Parker right tackle round out the starting 5 for the Spartans. They've had good pass pro and good run blocking up front so far.
They place the ball down at the 7-yard line, so a 1st and goal now for the Spartans. This is their 2nd possession, and so far the offense is running on all 8 cylinders. Griffin Little checks off, tight end to the left side now. He looks to throw after a play action, throws over the middle, swatted, no good.
Nice pass break up there by Brody Glenn. Nice job there from the free safety position, kind of spying the quarterback, read the eyes, saw Goody kind of focus in on the receiver in the back of the end zone, stepped in front of it, and knocked it away. He was about half a step away from maybe stepping in front of it and intercepting it.
That stops the clock with 5.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Again, Homestead threatening to score. 2nd and goal now from the 7 for the Spartans. Moving left to right on your radio dial. From the shotgun, give to Hardwick. He's going around the left side. He's going to dive in. Touchdown. Little end around that time by Braden Hardwick, number 26, a 7-yard score. And that ups his season totals to, I believe, 5 on the season so far after 2 games. So again, 13-0 is your score. Homestead on top of Bishop Luers early here in the first quarter.
Spartans making their money running on that left side of the offensive line. Really, they either saw something in film or saw something early on in this game. They're having a lot of success on that left side, and the Knights are going to have to either try to switch things up or get some different personnel in there, because right now they're having a lot of trouble stopping the run.
Gunnar Fry in to attempt the point after. On the hold is Jake Archbold. Here is the snap, and it's blocked. Great penetration that time. Big number 7, right?
Yeah, Nick Berkmeyer.
Berkmeyer. He's all over the place today. They can't get him off the field. So a blocked point after leaves the score 13-0, and we're going to step out for a little 30-second break. You're listening to SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com. Request your virtual quote and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne.
And check in with Casey O'Boyle.
Thanks, Sean. Will be interesting to see if that block PAT by Berkmeyer will get this sideline fired up. Right now, they look a little down 13-0, and I think it's so important that Luers responds here, if not with points, certainly with a drive, because they have the wind. They can ill afford to fall behind 3 scores here in the first quarter.
No, that's a great observation, Casey. Thanks for that. And we've seen them get an ability to make first downs here, Matt, so they can churn and burn, and I think that's exactly what the recipe calls for here. I mean, being down 13 points, you're still in this, no problem. Let's not panic. Let's just get a nice drive together and play some Luers football. Mm-hmm. So here is Homestead's kick from the 40. End over end kick taken by near the 20. Gets north of the 20, close to the 30-yard line.
Sean, that was number 41, R.J. Hogue, a freshman running back, in for the Knights to return. The Knights have a couple freshmen. New thing they're doing this year, they dress all freshmen for all games. And they have a couple freshmen that have been kind of challenging for some playing time, some hungry young kids that want a little bit of the Friday Night Lights, and that R.J. is one of them. Nice job there to kind of call the ball in the air. It was right in between 2 returners. He said he wanted it. Nice return out past the 25. And let's see if the offensive line can get back, establish that run. Got to take care of the football. No mental mistakes. See if we can put a drive together and give that defense a little bit of a break.
Christian Fly in as quarterback. C.J. Hale, the lone setback. Here's a snap. He looks to throw on first down, guns it to the flats, and it is broken up and incomplete out there. I believe the intended receiver was Cam Hedgecock, number 2. Yes, it was.
Yeah, pass broken up by Donovan Leonard. He came in right when that ball was about to hit Hedgecock in the chest. Good throw by Fly. Good job out of the break there. Another really high percentage throw, but a better defensive play by the Spartans. 2nd and long now for the Knights.
Ball is resting at the 29-yard line. In the shotgun. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback. Tries to find some room and will not. This time the hole closes up quickly on C.J. Hale, and he goes nowhere.
Yeah, it's a different kind of run there by the Knights, as he had to make a cut in the backfield before he even got to the line of scrimmage, and that's what you got to try to avoid. You got to let your tailbacks hit the hole at full speed and then make their cut in the second level. If they're cutting in the backfield, that means somebody's seeping through, and that is not good for Luers.
3rd and long now for the Knights. Lost almost half a yard on that play. Here's a snap, looking to throw, has a little bit of time, now steps out of the pocket, he's flushed, fires into the flats, it's caught near the 35-yard line, no yards after the catch. Little breathing room there, but that's going to bring up a 4th and about 4, it looks like, for the Knights.
And it looks like the Knights are going to punt. Nice shot there by Fly to get a little bit more time. Not bad pass protection by the Knights up front. They gave him quite a bit of time. Good coverage by the Spartans down the field. Fly extended the play, showed off that good arm, throwing on the run, just came up a couple yards short. And Berkmeyer on to punt now for Luers.
Again, ball is at the 35-yard line. Jake Archbold is back to receive for the Spartans. Here's a snap. Good snap this time. Gets his leg into it. Spiraling ball. Archbold takes it near the 31-yard line, steps out, tries to get to the sideline. Great tackle, open field tackle near the 40-yard line. Is that number 1 on the...
Number 11.
11.
Antoine Lake, defensive back, sophomore, does a nice job getting off the block, staying with the play, and making a tackle. It looked like Spartans had a little bit of room to run there, but Lake stops him from before he can really get going.
Yeah, closed down fast. All right. 13-0 is your score. In case you're just joining us, Homestead on top of Bishop Luers, coming to you live from the southwest side of Fort Wayne here. The rain has ceased. We had a little bit of sprinkles earlier, but the game continues. So here we go. On 1st and 10, Goody checks out. He's got pressure, rolls, throws back over the middle, and blocked and no good. Berkmeyer got to him as Goody has to pick himself up off the carpet. and that's an incomplete pass.
Really good pressure up front there for the Knights. Ben Rectanis in on it, as well as Berkmeyer, who made the hit as the ball was being delivered. Good defense all around. Gets the Spartans in 2nd and 10. It's the first time we've seen Homestead not have success on first down. Yeah. Be interesting to see if they try to go back to that run game on the left side.
3:38 remaining, here in the first quarter. They spread things out this time, working off the left hash mark. From the shotgun, give to the tailback, tries to hit that hole fast. It's swallowed up. He does fall forward, gain of 3 maybe, close to the 44.
So here's the first defensive adjustment I've seen out of Coach Causey and Mick Palmer up front for the Knights. They've moved Berkmeyer almost all the way up to the line of scrimmage from his linebacker position on that right-hand side, giving an extra body over there for the Knights, and it worked on that play as Berkmeyer was able to sneak in behind and make a tackle before the running back could get going.
3rd and 7 now for Homestead. 2 wideouts to the right side. Here's a snap. He looks right, fires into the flats. He's got his man. It is caught. He turns upfield, has a first down and a little bit more that time. Big catch by number 6, Kistler, that time.
Nice play there for Kistler and a nice throw by Luke Goody. He had all day in the backfield to deliver down the field, and if you give him that much time, he's going to pick you apart. He's just that good. And nice pass protection up front by the Spartans, and a big chunk play there on 3rd down to keep the drive alive. That's one of those where as a defense, it really hurts you to not get off the field. But you have another chance here. Ball just inside the 40, recommit, and get off the field here. 3 straight plays.
Final instructions to his O-line. Goody now back in the shotgun, single setback. Now they reposition. Little goes to the left. Here is the snap. Play action. He's looking to throw, firing. Oh, in and out of the hands of number 6, Kistler again, and that's an incomplete pass.
It went through Kistler's hands, and then it went through Sir Hale's hands, as a couple guys had a chance there maybe to make a play. One for the Spartans and one for the Knights. Ball falls to the turf, and Goody lives to see another throw.
2nd and 10 now after the incomplete pass. Clock stops at 2:31. From the shotgun, now they check off, looking back to the sidelines. Play gets waved in. Here's a snap. Looking to throw. Firing out to the flats. He's got a man. Does the curl. He's still on his feet. And he's taken down after the first down inside the 25-yard line.
Reception made there on the outside by number 9 for the Spartans.
Yeah, Griffin Little.
Griffin Little with a nice pitch and catch there from Goody. And the Knights are in a little bit of a zone defense, and they're playing really far off the line of scrimmage. Their defensive backs are giving Homestead a lot of cushion, respecting the speed. But with that comes a lot of soft areas where Goody is picking them apart.
1st and 10 now from the 23-yard line. Rolling to his right, firing on first down, in and out of the hands of Cam Rogers, the intended receiver. I don't know that he was going to go very far on that one either, man.
No, and Camden Rogers is sporting quite the bracelet on his left hand and thumb, and that ball was coming in with some authority, and a strong arm throw by Goody, and a tough one to hang on when you really only have one good paw.
Yeah. So that stops the clock with 2:04 to go here in the first quarter. 13-0 is your score. Homestead on top. And again, just outside the red zone at the 23. Here's a snap on 2nd and 10. End around this time. This guy finds the corner, gets a seam. There's a flag that comes out. That is going to come back. That was a 23-yard score by the running back, Braden Hardwick. But this one's coming back.
Yeah, it would have been about a 3-yard run if not for the holding on the outside by the Spartan wide receiver. He was holding on to Hale, and it's going to come back.
Let's check in down on the sidelines with Casey O'Boyle.
Yeah, that was a great call. Right in front of me, Jared Kistler, 6'3" junior receiver. Definitely a holding call. It was the right call by the Zebras. I wanted to point out, guys, huge mismatches on the perimeter. I'm sure you guys have already talked about it or seen it with Jared Kistler and then Griffin Little, both Division I receivers, 6'3", big bodies. Tall task for these cornerbacks for Bishop Luers tonight.
You bet. So the penalty is assessed, and let's see, they're going to take this back to the 27-yard line. And it's going to retain 2nd down. Here's a snap, and again, get to the tailback, trying the left side now, and gets hit just north of the line of scrimmage. He's going to be tackled at about the 26.
Ooh, that was a big hit there by C.J. Hale. Hale came from the linebacking position, came flying through and made a huge stick in the backfield. A nice tackle there by Hale. And Casey made a good point. You look at the Knights secondary at corner, 5'6", 5'8", and 5'4". They're overmatched most weeks, and they're usually up to the tall task, but there's quite a bit of talent out there for the Spartans.
3rd and 12. Goody looks to throw, firing left. He's got a man, and he's trying to make some more room. Big stick and knocked out of bounds. No real yards after the catch. And Griffin Little again on the reception there, and it might be close. Let's see where they mark this ball.
Tackled by Joe Derrick. Really close play there. And it looks like it's going to be just enough for a Homestead first down. Nice job there by the Spartans to know where the chains are, get to the sticks, turn around, and make the catch. And a huge play there for Homestead 2 times now on this drive where they've converted on 3rd and long. And that is a defensive killer.
That it is. We are inside the red zone now. Homestead is. 1st and 10 at the Luers 13-yard line. Here's a snap. Give to Hardwick around the left edge. Off tackle, churning and driving down inside the 5 to the 4-yard line.
Nice run there off the left side for the Spartans as they get a little bit closer here. And, you know, the Knights defense definitely isn't giving up, especially when they get near the end zone here on multiple drives. But Homestead up front just overmatching them with their power and their strength.
2nd and short now in the red zone. Ball resting at the 4-yard line. He's looking to throw, fires over the middle, in and out of the hands of the crossing receiver, and that is no good.
No good and not a great decision. Probably the first miss we've seen Goody have all evening. There's about 3 Knights defenders draped over the open the receiver for the Spartans, which was number 9, Griffin Little. Little already with 2 touchdowns on the year, looking for his 3rd. One of Goody's favorite targets here. Let's see if they go to one of those tall outside wide receivers here for a jump ball. A little 50-50 on 3rd down.
3rd and 1 from the 4-yard line. 2 wideouts on the short side left. Here's a snap. Give to Hardwick through the middle. He's hit. He will have enough for a first down. Does he get into the end zone? He does. Touchdown, Homestead. Hardwick with his 6th touchdown on the year.
Nice run there by Hardwick. He was able to keep his pad level low. When he had contact, he fell forward, and he fell forward just enough to reach into the end zone. A good stick by the Knights on defense, just unable to drive him backwards, and Homestead takes a commanding lead.
That they do. It's 19-0 right now, and we are awaiting the point after. Fry, number 35, will make the attempt. The previous one was blocked. Jake Archbold on the hold. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick. All 3 look good, and it is. 20-0 is your score. 42.6 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, and we'll step out for a 30-second break. You're listening to SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Thank Tri-State Storage Trailer Rental, a local company renting full-size semi-trailers and ground-level containers for commercial storage solutions. Call Kevin Hauser at 844-293-5266, a proud sponsor of Redeemer Radio and local athletic programs. That's Tri-State Storage Trailer Rental. 20-0 is your first quarter score. 42.6 seconds remaining. Homestead over the Bishop Luers Knights here on this cloudy and rainy night so far. The rain was here before the game. It's let up so far, but it is threatening to come back. Overcast skies here, and almost a little chilly.
Yeah, just a little bit of a fall breeze in the air. It's football season, though.
It's fantastic. All right, here comes Gunnar Fry getting ready to kick this one away from the 40, kicking left to right on your radio dial. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's probably going to be an offsides here.
Yeah, that flag's right at the 40 where the ball was kicked.
So they're going to walk this one back to the 35 and re-kick this one.
To add insult to injury, the wind is starting to pick up here, and it's right in the face of the Spartans. So Knights will have the wind at their back for the final 42 seconds of the first quarter. Might be an opportunity, one of the last opportunities for a while. If they want to take a shot downfield, they've yet to really extend the field and try to take a shot deep over the top. I know there's a lot of speed and a lot of size at the back end of the Spartan defense, but after a while here, you got to take some shots before it's too late.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. You have to make that defense play honest, and I don't know if you see the flags on top over there. I mean,
Yep.
they are whipping around, Matt. So, yeah, they've got a short window to get this done if they want the wind to help.
Big chance here for good field position if the Knights can receive this kick and get a couple yards here. Nice kick, though. Wow.
Indeed. End over end kick taken near the 13-yard line. Waiting for the blocks, now churning around the other side, out to the 30, out to the 35, and knocked out of bounds north of the 35 is number 2 on the return, Cam Hedgecock.
Nice return there by Hedgecock. The Knights have been setting up that wall on kick return towards their sideline each time. And nice blocking on the outside. He was about one missed tackle away from really letting that thing loose. And the Knights will come back on offense here with 35 seconds left in the first quarter.
The ball is resting at the 37-yard line as Christian Fly and company prepare to get something done here near the waning seconds of the first quarter.
Single coverage here at the bottom on Scotty Van Landingham, one of Fry's favorite targets.
Oh, ball is on the ground. Bad snap. He's got pressure, trying to roll out of it. He gets hammered back at the 25-yard line.
Sean, those are just the type of starts to drives that drive coaches insane, and you could just see it on the sideline. This is a really good Homestead Spartan team, and this is a Bishop Luers team that's already quite injured and quite banged up, and you're not helping yourself starting on first down, going back 10 yards. And now, with 9 seconds left at the end of the first quarter, it looks like they're going to let this thing run out.
They do break huddle and come to the line, but they are going to start to trot off now. So that is going to do it for the end of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. 20-0 is your score. Homestead all over the Bishop Luers Knights tonight so far. Lots of football left to play. We're going to step out for a 1-minute break. Stick around, folks. This is SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome back to Homestead High School, ladies and gentlemen. This is SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio, where the Spartans are on top of the Knights 20-0 to start the second quarter of action. 12 new minutes left on the clock as both teams have now flipped sides. The Knights are now moving left to right on your radio dial, facing a 2nd and 21 after the big sack. Ball resting at their own 26-yard line. Blitz coming. Firing over the middle and incomplete. He had the slant working with the split end. That was number 16, Brody Glenn, the intended receiver.
Yeah, and Glenn had a little bit of room there if they were able to connect on that quick slant. He was going down the middle of the field, and he didn't have anybody behind him. Just overthrew him by a little bit. Nice little play action there by Fly. And you look at the play discrepancy between these two teams. 20 offensive plays for Homestead in that first quarter, 9 for Luers. That's the kind of stuff that really hurt them week 1 against Carroll. If the offense can't put together drives, it really sets your defense behind the 8 ball. We've seen that with the 20-0 score here in the second quarter.
Big down here for the Knights. 3rd and forever from the 26-yard line. They need 21 yards. Give to the tailback, and he goes nowhere. Tried to squeak through the middle and then break it outside. Not much there at all for number 23, C.J. Hale.
As actually number 3, Jamin Johnson,
yes,
who normally doesn't get the ball in the backfield. Another opportunity where Coach Lindsey's just trying to get the ball into his playmaker's hands, and that one did not work as there was no hole there, and kind of a low-risk, possible high reward if it breaks free. And now Berkmeyer's going to have to punt it away with his end zone right behind him.
Special thoughts and prayers. We see some wind here tonight. We know it probably doesn't have anything to do with it, but everyone that has survived Dorian and and it's specifically those that didn't. Our thoughts and prayers are with those folks down south in the Carolinas and Floridas. Bishop Luers punt by Berkmeyer. It's a wobbler, and it's going to cross the midfield stripe and trickle out of bounds near the Homestead 47. So again, we also see at the battle of field position, clearly won all night long so far by Homestead.
Yeah, it's just interesting how, it all kind of, it's a theme, and you see it in football quite often. A lot of times the numbers tell the story, and they're telling a story so far tonight. Nice snap there by Grant Brow, the long snapper for the Knights. He's had a lot of snaps with his end zone right behind him, and now the Spartans getting ready to set up here for 1st and 10. Look for them to continue to try to run that ball. I wouldn't be surprised if they really try to work out the passing game, too. That's where the Knights have been pretty good so far.
Sure. On 1st and 10, here's Goody from the shotgun. Checks off and looking for the play to get wagged in. Trips package to the right side. Single setback is Hardwick. Here's a snap. Quick screen and dropped and incomplete. Went to Jake Archbold that time, and he simply just dropped the ball.
Yeah, Archbold already with a touchdown tonight. He had that 56-yard score in the first quarter. That time he was looking to run before he had the ball in his hands. And you look at across the board for the Spartans, Archibald, Rogers, Little, and Kistler all with a reception so far, all over 10 yards in receiving yards. Goody is really spreading it out and getting everybody involved so far.
Same formation, trips package to the right side. Here's a pitch. Hardwick trying to find that edge, takes it north and south, gets into Luers territory before he is stopped near the 48-yard line.
Tackle made there by Cameron Hedgecock for the Knights, coming up from his free safety position. Does a nice job trying to meet the running back near the line of scrimmage. About 3rd and 5 here, and these are the type of situations that the Knights have been unable to get off the field so far, and this would be a really nice win for this defense if they're able to stop the Spartans short of the first down marker.
Twins right, twins left, and a single setback. From the shotgun, Goody checks off.
Single coverage at the bottom here on Griffin Little. Look for Goody to look at that side of the field here. It's a Y side.
Here's a snap. He does look left, throws left, and on the out route, it is caught. Griffin Little with the first down inside the 40.
That's one of those pre-snap reads that, I'm seeing it up here in the booth, and there's no doubt about it. Those Spartan coaches are seeing it too. And it helps when you can get to the line of scrimmage. Everybody's on the same page. It's something we saw out of Carroll in week 1 as well. You're able to have all that play clock to look to your sideline, look over the defense, and Goody picks them apart right there.
1st and 10, another 3rd down conversion for the Spartans, and they move the ball into Luers territory at the 39-yard line. Looks like the same formation so far. Hardwick adjusts to the left side of the quarterback. Here's a snap. He looks to throw, goes deep over the middle. He's got his man, and he's off to the races. They can't catch him, and it's a touchdown. Griffin Little with a 39-yard score for Homestead.
Yeah, it's the same defensive look that we saw out of the Knights the play before, and Homestead ran just about the exact same play. And this time, the Knights were unable to come up with the tackle, and off to the races went Little. And a nice score there for the Spartans, and this one is getting ugly quickly.
It is 26-0 with 10 minutes left to go here in the first half. As Fry prepares to chip this one in with Archbold on the hold. We might have to dig out some fun facts later on in the game, Matt.
Just I got plenty of party tricks ready.
Okay. All right. Fry's PAT is up and through. Excuse me, 27-0 is your score. We're going to go ahead and keep it right here during this break and transition. Folks, just a reminder to talk about one of our sponsors, Tim Didier Meats. They are locally and family owned and have been for 37 years. Tim Didier Meats has built a reputation for fresh, custom meat orders and customer service. If you'd like that special cut of beef for your next gathering, Tim Didier Meats can help. Prime rib, filet mignon, and Tim's own special ground beef, made fresh daily, can be ordered within a day's notice. To place your order, call 260-482-8400 or find them on the web at timdidiermeats.com. Right now, we're going to send it down to the sidelines and check in with Nick Gray.
Well, guys, we got a lot of other action going on around the city and actually around the area right now. Bishop Dwenger, they're over at Southside. Dwenger leads the Southside 7-0. Carroll's over at Northside. That one's tied at 0 at the end of the first quarter. Snyder's up on Concordia 14-0. Wayne is over at Northrop. on their beautiful new field, and that one's tied at 7 at the end of the first quarter. Cherubusco's over at Garrett, and they lead Garrett 8-0. DeKalb's over at New Haven, and right now the Bulldogs are up 7-0. Leo's at Norwell, and Norwell's winning that matchup 7-0 too, guys. So we'll keep an eye on things throughout the night, and back up to you.
Thank you, Nick Gray. Homestead again preparing to kick this one away. This time it will be with the wind, as Gunnar Fry tees it up from the 40, kicking right to left on your radio dial. And it is a long kick, driving the receiver back into the end zone. No return. That's going to be a touchback, and the Bishop Luers Knights prepare to take over on offense.
Opposite side of the field there for the Spartans, and he was able to use that wind at his back and let that ball sail into the end zone. And, Sean, it's interesting. I wonder if that weather is affecting everybody around the city. Take away our game. There's a lot of low-scoring scores out there near the end of the first quarter and starting the second.
Well, Carroll and Northside at 0.
Yeah, that's a head-scratcher, and I'm curious if DeWanger started late or if that's, how tough is Southside playing them right now. I like it. You know, we saw week 1 a lot of lopsided scores, and last week there was a lot of competitive football, and it seems to be around the city a lot of competitive football tonight.
All right, Bishop Luers spreads things out now on 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line. Fly with the ball, looking to throw. Has a little screen. He's got his man is caught, but he's hit in the backfield and dropped. C.J. Hale squared it out from his tailback position and lost a yard on the play, actually.
Knights normally a good screen team, and, they had blockers out front. There's just one guy, that outside linebacker for Homestead, number 11, Nick Martin, already 5 tackles on the year. That's his 6th. He was the only one that really sniffed it out and stayed home. If he would have bit on the fake as well, Hale would have been off to the races, but that's just been the story of the night. Just one guy away. And, we've seen Homestead. Luers ran the ball really well in that first drive. Homestead's really put some more guys in the box and made it quite difficult.
On 2nd and 11, give to the tailback, looking for something through the middle and can't find one seam, and he's going to be dropped again for a tackle for loss.
Those seams just are not there, and up front it's tough when you got that many guys. You got to try to move out of there, and they got a lot of good movement early in the game, not so much lately. If you can't be balanced and really make them respect the pass, it's really hard to establish the run, especially when they're really going single coverage on the outside on everybody and using those long athletic defensive backs to really keep the Knights wide receivers at bay. And when that happens, you can put more guys in that box and really start clogging it up.
3rd and 13 now for the Bishop Luers Knights. Ball resting at their own 17-yard line. Here's a snap. Looking to throw. Airs it out. Going for it on the far side of the field. And no catch. And a flag does come out. Late flag comes out. And we're going to wait on this call. Kind of a jump ball situation, but was the receiver impeded is the question.
Yeah, Fly was looking for Brody Glenn there. One of his favorite targets that's really come in and been a huge difference maker for the Knights. At first, nice shot down the field, and it looks like they're bringing the ball back to the line of scrimmage. So they're going to be pacing off. It looks like Homestead's moving back, and it is going to be against the Spartans.
All right.
So a huge play there for the Knights, really their first break of the night, and they get a first down there and kind of get to move out of their own end zone.
They'll mark it north of the 30 out to the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Knights coming up here with 8:36 to go in the first half. Your score 27-0. Homestead on top of Bishop Luers so far. Luers driving left to right on your radio dial with a fresh set of downs.
Single press coverage here at the bottom. As the Knights switch sides, they had Hedgecock single coverage, and now they're going to go doubles over here near us. Got to get set here. 10 seconds. Looking for the play. We might need a timeout here real soon. 5 seconds. Can't get the play in, and here comes the timeout.
Coach Lindsay walks over to the stripes and calls a timeout. So that's going to leave a break on the field and a break for us. 27-0 is your second quarter score. We're back in 30 seconds. This is SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Sports medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Broadcasting live from Homestead High School alongside Matt Geely, I'm Sean McBride. Down on the field, we've got Casey O'Boyle and Nick Gray. Statistician tonight, we'll hear from him at halftime, is Jim Shorts. This is second quarter action, 8:36 to go in the first half. 27-0 is your score. Homestead all over Bishop Luers so far in the first half. Christian Fly, the quarterback, looking at a 1st and 10 after the timeout. Low snap, ball still on the ground. He's going to have to cover it, and he gets hammered, and he's going to be dropped near the 25-yard line.
Fly is really slow to get up, and they might have to stop this. He was hit unbelievably hard. As the ball was on the ground, he kind of was trying to bounce it like a basketball off the turf up to him instead of just being able to pick it up, and that gave the Spartans time to go get him. And he looks a little groggy here. Going to have to come off the field, which is not good, especially in a 27-0 ball game. You're going to have to turn to Carson Clark, the sophomore quarterback for the Knights, 6 foot, 171 pounds. His first bit of action at the varsity level here at Bishop Luers. Look for them to go back to that running game on 2nd and very long. Offensive line's got to pick him up and see if he can show a little bit of moxie here as the mind starts racing.
So that was a loss of 8 off of the bad snap, and they lost Christian Fly as well. Let's see what, in fact, Carson Clark can do here on 2nd and 18 from the 25. He looks to throw. He's got time. Screen over the middle. He's got Hale, and he gets out to the 25-yard line, so not much there. And now we've got another Knight down as well. While they attend to him, let's check in on the sidelines with Casey O'Boyle.
Yeah, guys, this is a nightmare situation for the Knights, no pun intended. They're already depleted, as we know, with so many injuries. J. McJohnson's now on the sideline, the senior wide receiver. It appears to be a cramp. He's trying to stretch that out, but he's off the field. You guys just talked about Christian Fly, the starting quarterback. He's off the field. Looks like one of their linemen, I believe that's Justin Baum.
Yes, it
is injured. This is an unreal scenario for Coach Lindsay and this staff. How they weather this storm will really dictate how the rest of this game goes and maybe even this short term of the season.
Absolutely.
Still attending to Justin Baum down on the field there. Gives us an opportunity to talk about tomorrow night here on Redeemer Radio. Our USF Cougars begin the 2019 campaign on the road in Joliet, that's in Illinois, by the way, to take on the University of St. Francis. Our coverage begins at 4:45 in the afternoon with kickoff at 5 p.m. Join Joe Parson right here on Redeemer Radio for your live coverage of USF Cougar football. All right, young Mr. Baum is up and making his way off the field under his own power. As the sprinkles start back here on the southwest side of Fort Wayne. We've got 7:56 to go here in the first half. 27-0 is your score. Homestead on top of really a very beat-up Bishop Luers squad right now. As number 14, that is Carson Clark, still in as quarterback for the Knights. Here is the snap. He looks to throw. Has time. Airs it out. Going deep. Got a man. It is caught, and a flag comes out. That's Cam Hedgecock with the catch. But I'm wondering, did he create some separation?
I sure hope that's not on the offense because he had 2 defenders on him. Was able to kind of get down the field finally, and it was a back shoulder throw. A nice throw there by Carson Clark sticking in there. Coming in for Baum. It looks like the Knights are going to decline it, so it is going to be against the Spartans. I'm glad to see that because I didn't see a flag there on the Knights.
Right.
And nice job there by Clark. Good throw. And then in for the Knights, playing offensive line, trying to get a number there, replacing Baum, but they're really going down in the depth chart right now as they're trying to save some guys for defense as well. It's going to be all hands on deck here for the rest of the game.
Carson Clark completes his first Friday night pass here against Homestead with a first down at the midfield stripe. 1st and 10 for the Knights with 50 yards to go. Here is a snap. Give to the tailback through the middle. And another flag comes out on the far side of the field after C.J. Hale's run.
Knights run behind Ben Rectanis, who's in for Justin Baum there on the right guard position. Just get about a yard before the flag is thrown. Wondering if we had illegal motion on the Knights. Yep. Looks like it is going to be against Luers, and they're going to be moving it back.
That is the call, so they will reset. And are they declining? No. No?
Nope.
Okay. They move it back to the 45. And the Knights will be facing a 2nd and 15 with 7:18 to go here in the first half.
Knights spread it back out. They're really letting Clark just jump right on in here. Nobody in the backfield with him. He's going to have to pick up any kind of linebacker blitzes and see where his hot routes are if he's got to get rid of it soon.
5 wideouts, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Here is the snap. It's going to be a screen back towards the middle and falling incomplete. So an incomplete pass there. It looks like, was that Nelson Kanapke, number 12, the intended receiver?
Van Landingham. It looks like 13, Van Landingham.
Okay.
With the attempt at catching it there. And interesting, Clark, a lefty, as soon as he catches that ball, he's dropping back about 4 or 5 steps, really trying to give himself a chance to see and give himself a chance to throw. But with that, he's throwing it off his back foot on about every throw, really trying to get rid of the ball quickly. I admire his effort. Let's see if he's able to really, get a little bit of confidence and stand in that pocket and deliver some nice throws down the field.
2nd and 15 now. Here is the snap. He looks to throw, guns it out to the flats, intercepted and off to the races. DB for Homestead. He's going to run this one back to the house. A pick 6 for Homestead.
Interception there for the Spartans by number 10. Morgan Lehman, the senior defensive back, steps in front of a long throw by Clark. He really stood in there. He delivered a pretty good ball, but he had to throw it all the way across the field. A tough throw there. Nice job jumping in front of the route and taking it to the house. Nice moment there for the Spartans, and they're up 33.
45-yard pick 6 for the Homestead defense. And now Gunnar Fry in to try and chip in another with 6:45 to go here in the first half. Missing some player personnel out here. They're trying to wave in. Homestead is trying to wave in a lineman, it looks like.
Everybody's looking around wondering
it's
where,
like
at this point, throw a helmet on and get out there.
Yeah, just get out there. What are you doing?
Or, it's not the worst thing to kick with 10.
Yeah, just tell them where to stand and block.
Knights have blocked one so far, though. Berkmeyer on that left side. He likes to come through.
Yeah. All right, they appear to be set. Play clock down to 5. Still no snap. There's a snap. Hold and kick. Everything like clockwork. 34-0 with 6:45 to go in the first half. The Homestead Spartans are on top and in the driver's seat tonight against the Bishop Luers Knights. Stick around, folks. We're back in 30. This is SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ant in action. Get mad.
Fort Wayne, where the Homestead Spartans are on top of the Bishop Luers Knights, 34-0. The latest score, a 45-yard pick 6 by the Homestead Spartans by Morgan Lamon, number 10. Stepped in front of a sideways pass there, a long screen to the far side, and just was off to the races. And that's where the score stands right now, 34-0. The Knights have again gotten bitten by the injury bug, and even their starting quarterback, Christian Fly, has been out this last series as he took a big shot after the ball or the snap was mishandled, and just when he was down at about a three-quarter stance, he got blasted, and so he's been taken off the field, or actually he walked off the field, excuse me. Got to be proper in what I say here. Here's the Homestead kick, taken near the 5-yard line. Nice return, stepping, getting some lanes there. North of the 20, out to the 25 is the return man for Luers. And that is Cam Hedgecock, number 2. We're going to go ahead and check in with Casey O'Boyle from the sidelines.
Yeah, guys, Justin Baum has his shoulder pads off. He's got some ice. I hate to speculate because I'm not much of a doctor, as you know. But it sure looks to me like a collarbone or a shoulder injury of some type. But I do not expect him back in this game. Jay McJohnson also still on the bench on the sideline. Looks like he may be done for the night.
All right. Thanks very much for the update, Casey. wish it was better news for the Knights. And again, here they come again on offense. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback, trying to wait for that block. He got him by the shoestring, and he can't get anywhere. Almost bounced it outside with C.J. Hale, but not much there.
Yep, Carson Clark still in at quarterback for the Knights. Fly still with his helmet on the sidelines, talking to the head training staff, Dr. Kuhn. Looked to be really examining that head as that's where he was hit. Probably trying to make sure he's not having any side effects from a possible concussion or a little grogginess. So for the time being, it's going to be Clark. And he's going to set back up here on 2nd and 10. Probably going to have to throw it here soon.
Here is a snap. Misdirection. He has to keep it. Trying to get outside. Can't find the corner, and he's going to be dropped for another tackle for loss there. So a broken play. He went right when the running back went left, and he had to eat it and try and make the corner. He was unsuccessful.
Yeah, Sean, that's not totally out of the ordinary. I mean, it's tough. It's really your first action with this unit. You, as a backup quarterback, run a lot of scout team. Honestly, throughout the week, you're running Homestead's offense. Right. So you're really not even preparing that much to go out there and play. So things like that, you obviously know your plays, you know what you're supposed to do, but, that head starts really moving, and coming off of a turnover, especially when they went for a touchdown, there's a lot of bad thoughts going through your head right now. So you got to find somebody on that offensive line, one of those leaders out wide at wide receiver, to really just go to him and kind of calm him down and be like, hey, we're all right. Let's just go step by step here. Looks like the Knights are going to have to take a timeout, and maybe Coach Lindsey's going to do a little bit of that on the sideline.
We're going to stop the clock at 5:13 to go here in the first half. Just go out and calm the troops down a little bit. 34-0 is your first half score. And Matt, we saw in the beginning the Knights came out and we saw some good things. We saw them moving the ball. We saw a good ground game. We saw them hit some quick hitters, out to the edge and whatnot. Then obviously Homestead coaching staff, took note and made adjustments, and they were very good adjustments.
Yeah, and I'm an optimistic man, and I like the bright side of things. So this is our second game that we've broadcasted for the Knights. We had week 1 at Carroll, and it's night and day the difference between the start they had against Carroll and the start they had tonight. Against Carroll, they could not move the ball, and that was with a full team, everybody healthy. They're more injured right now, but they came out and they were way more competitive. And I think Homestead and Carroll are very similar teams, very similar size and skill level, as that pass is thrown out of bounds on 3rd down, as it was Clark looking for number 8 for the Knights, which is Jacob Friedrich, wide receiver. Try to hit on an out route, couldn't do it. So that's kind of one of those things that you can look at and be like, okay, we are making improvements. We are getting better week to week. Now it's a matter of taking the time over these next weeks, plenty of time before the end of the season, get everybody back, get healthy, get back on the same page, while still staying competitive week in and week out, because nobody has fun in these games. There's no doubt about it.
That's right. That's going to bring up a 4th and long for the Knights. Ball resting at the 17-yard line. Punt team is on. Berkmeyer puts his leg into it. Nice spiraling kick, and again, short field coming up for Homestead as Archbold makes kind of a sliding grab for the ball in Luers territory down at the 43-yard line.
Looks like a flag at about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, way back there.
Right near the line of scrimmage. A nice snap there by Grant Brow. Wet ball, good catch by Berkmeyer, and good punt into the wind. And looks like we're going to I'm waiting for the official sign, but the referee with the ball is looking like he's going to march towards Luers, so it's going to be, I think, on the Knights.
Might have been a hold, I think, maybe.
And
so the Stripes looking things over, having a few conversations, getting ready to march deeper into Luers territory.
Yeah, so the penalty is on the Knights, just a 5-yard penalty.
Okay.
Face mask is the call. Must have been more of a hands to the face there at the line of scrimmage, judging from where the flag was. And the Spartans take over 1st down.
That's it. Luke Goody, again, still in there as quarterback.
Yeah, and Hardwick's still your tailback for the Spartans. I imagine they're going to finish out the half here, and it'll be interesting to see if they start bringing in some new guys to start the second.
Looking to throw, has some backside pressure, rolling right, finally has a man in his face, lofts it off the fingertips of his receiver and incomplete.
Pressured there was Nelson Kanapke for the Knights. He came off the left edge and got in Goody's face and forced him to throw it on the run, which made him a little bit more inaccurate, and he was unable to complete the pass. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Spartans as they look to the sideline for the play. Knights get down, still with that 3-man front.
All right, double wings this time. 2 other wideouts, give to the man in the middle. Running through the middle and going really nowhere is the tailback Hardwick that time. Great job by the defense to swallow up that hole.
Yeah, tackled by Nick Berkmeyer, using his speed to come around the left edge and get behind the offensive line and make the play in the backfield. That's where he's coming untouched, because as an offensive lineman, you don't expect him to be able to make that play from that far on the outside, but he uses his quickness and his instincts to get in that backfield right away and makes a nice tackle right at the line of scrimmage to bring up 3rd and 10.
Clock winding down here in the first half. 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Homestead still looking to the sidelines for their play, and now they have to call a timeout as there was a little bit of confusion. They have a big down here, 3rd and 10 coming up from the Bishop Luers 38-yard line. So a timeout on the field. We're going to go ahead and keep things right here. And just a reminder, we've got Bishop Dwenger next Friday night as they take on these Homestead Spartans. And then we're going to go ahead and keep it with Dwenger in Week 5 as well, as they will be taking on the Carroll Chargers. So kind of an interesting, atypical schedule this year, as we will host 2 back-to-back Dwenger games. Again, that's this coming Friday against Homestead, and then against Carroll as well. So let's check in on the sidelines with Casey. Are you with me, Case?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay,
yeah.
Really difficult night, as we know, right? And you can see some dejected Bishop Luers Knights players, but I tell you what, Coach Matt, or I almost said Matt Lindsay, Coach Kyle Lindsay, so calm, so positive. I mean, he's just as he was as a starting quarterback, 41-3 overall record for his 3 years at Luers. Always so calm. Same way on the sideline as a coach.
All right, here it is on 3rd and 10 for Homestead. He gets flushed out of the pocket. Goody finds his receiver downfield. He will have enough for a first down. That's Jared Kistler, I believe, with the catch and a first down for Homestead deeper into Luers territory.
That time Goody got out of the pocket and was able to make a nice throw on the run to on the right side. Nice job once again by the Spartan wide receiving core to get to the sticks, make the catch, turn upfield, and get the first down. And another 3rd and long that they convert as they now inch their way near the red zone.
Ball is at the 23-yard line of the Knights now. Goody again looks to throw out of the pocket, throws over the middle. It is wrangled out of the air. Touchdown. A 23-yard strike to number 9, Griffin Little.
Pitch and catch there for the Spartans. Little having quite the night for Homestead. Just able to get into that second level of the Knights defense, and it's been one-on-one coverage, and it's hard to stay with somebody with that kind of size and that kind of speed. And he's showing off why he is one of the top players in the city and on one of the top teams in the city, as the Spartans are putting up quite a number here in the first half.
Yeah, Goody is armed. It's on display tonight, and his receivers are grateful and accepting. And a great catch that time by Griffin Little. There was some smoke coming off that ball, and he high-pointed it and brought it back down for a nice score. 23-yard reception that time for Griffin Little. Put 6 more points on the board. And now Gunnar Fry will try and chip this one in. The hold is down and the kick is up and good. 41-0 is your score with 3:47 remaining here in the first half. We're going to step out for a little 30-second break. When we come back, lots more football on tap here from Homestead High School. This is SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent.
Homestead. Breaking news, I think that was Jake Archbold actually on the catch. We're getting a live review here from Summit City Sports, and it looks like it was Jake Archbold. So sorry, Mr. Little. Sean, you're having a great night, but so is Jake Archbold.
Yeah, and I'm not here to make excuses, but we got rain on the windows now, so
yeah.
let it be known that we're playing through some adversity as well up here.
That's
and
right.
We're going to try our best I'm going to try to use my young eyes and try to dial it in here. That was my bad on that one.
No. If the important part is we get it right.
Absolutely.
That's what the important part is here. So, Gunnar Fry in to kick this one away from the 40, kicking right to left on your radio dial. High end-over-end kick with the wind, driving the receiver Cam Hedgecock back to the 1-yard line. Goes crossfield now, looking for a lane. Gets out past the 10 to about the 15-yard line. So 14-yard return that time by Bishop Luers. And now the question is, will we see Christian Fly back out there as quarterback? I believe it's still going to be Carson Clark.
Yeah, it's going to be Clark, as I am now panning the sideline trying to find Fly. I had my eye on him for a while, but now I am not seeing him, which is not a good sign. If he's showing any type of symptoms, that would be really tough news. Okay, now I see him. He's at about the 50-yard line. He looks like his day might be done, and 41-0, that's not a bad thing.
Right.
I don't expect these starters to be out all that much after the end of this half, so it's probably good to be safer rather than sorry. So it's Clark.
Clark in the shotgun, standing at his own 10-yard line here. And another broken play. He gets out of one tackle, can't get out of the second.
And we got a flag.
And we've got a flag. So, yeah, the wheels are kind of falling off here, the Bishop Luers offense here tonight. As more than likely this may have been an interior hold.
Yeah.
Face mask. Oh, against Homestead. Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Well, they catch a break on that one.
Yeah. I mean, and I will give Clark credit because as a quarterback, you're taught if you do make a mental mistake like that where you turn the wrong way or something, instinctly you run where the running back was supposed to go, because up front, that's where your linemen are blocking.
That's where they're blocking.
Yeah, so you want to, and he did. He found the seam. He was going to get a yard or two out of it. So I'll give him props for that.
So they move the ball ahead after the penalty, resting at about the 19 now.
It's interesting. It's only 1st and 7.
Yeah, exactly.
Anywho.
All right. And again, another broken play. He's swallowed up and sacked big time that time. Number 64 came in unabated to the quarterback basically and dropped Clark right away.
So I'm going to guess here, but I'm pretty sure that was a pass play, just judging from how the line was blocking. So it was supposed to be a play action. He faked it on the wrong side, which takes away most of the fake of the play action. And Homestead really bringing some blitzes and staying aggressive here as we near the end of the first half. And look for the Knights to just try to get some yards here and try to get out of their own area after the penalty. Now 2nd and, 11?
Looks like maybe 12.
Yep.
Yeah, something like that. On 2nd and long, here's a snap. Give to the tailback. CJ through the middle, and he does have some daylight that time. Hale runs out close to the 20-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, nice run there. And CJ Hale is one of those bright spots that I think that we're going to see just continue to get better. He's already made unbelievable strides from week 1 to now week 3. And I think he's only going to – his ceiling is just sky high. And he runs hard. He gets through the hole quick. He runs with authority. And as the Knights get into that playoff race, look for him to be racing down the sidelines.
3rd and 6 here. Looking to throw, firing, and well off the mark and incomplete that time. Just a little stick throw out. He was looking for Cam Hedgecock and was well off the mark, and that's going to bring up 4th and 6. And it looks like the punt team is coming on with 1:56 remaining here in the first half.
Sean, you just can't help but feel for Clark. Not only are you coming in cold, not ready to – well, he was probably mentally ready to play, but it's not a situation where you expect to play.
Right.
Now you got a drizzle coming down, so the ball's wet. Your first 3 possessions, you got the wind directly in your face, and you're down 40 points, so you have to throw the ball.
Right.
I mean, that's just the definition of a really tough situation for a sophomore. And I hope, and I guarantee you that coaching staff on the sidelines continue to pick him up and try to get him some confidence because, it's not all on him.
No, it is not. Here's Berkmeyer's kick. It's an end-over-end kick. Took a Bishop Luers bounce and will be stopped up near the midfield stripe at about the 49-yard line of Bishop Luers. So gave him a little bit of breathing room that time, did Berkmeyer, but another short field coming up for the Homestead Spartans here with 1:46 to go in the first half. And it will be interesting. Yes, Luke Goody is back out on the field for the Spartans.
I would expect this to be his final drive of the evening.
I would think. Let's
not,
see here.
Yeah.
41-0 is your score. Goody and Hedgecock, check that, Hardwick in the backfield for Homestead. He's got a trips package to the left side.
I would expect Homestead to run the ball here.
And he looks to throw on first down. Steps up in the pocket, fires over the middle. It's caught. Again, Jake Archbold that time. Yeah, I got that one right.
Yeah, you did.
And that is more than enough for a first down, and deeper into Bishop Luers territory, right at the 35-yard line.
Archibald really has turned into kind of a Swiss Army knife for the Spartans, transitioning from quarterback to wide receiver, also playing some defensive back, really doing whatever the team needs, and that's the kind of team player you're looking for, as now Homestead runs the ball finally.
Yeah, Hardwick keeps it on the ground that time. Little blast-off tackle left, pushes his way forward inside the 35 to about the 32, gain of 3 that time, brings up 2nd and 7. 1:11 to go here in the first half. He looks to throw on second down, has plenty of time. Shifting left. Now pressure comes. He gets hammered when he throws the ball. It is caught, and it is downed at the 1-yard line.
Well, Sean, that's just interesting. That is a 40-yard pass down the field.
Yep.
Nice throw. Had a defender on his legs, so he shows off the good arm strength. Had a wide receiver wide open, and Homestead is showing no signs of finding the breaks.
No, Scavo that time on the reception.
Now,
and now
this is even more interesting.
Is that Goody down on the carpet?
Is.
Casey O'Boyle, we're coming to you. What do you have for us?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Luke Goody, the junior quarterback on that pass play, took a shot, looks like to his left arm, maybe his left elbow. He came to the sideline, and his coaching staff just told him, go down, go down. He has definitely heard he's being attended to right now by medical staff, so this is a huge development for this Homestead Spartans team.
All right, so we've got trainers surrounding him right now as he is down near the 20-yard line of Bishop Luers. Just recapping, they just hit a 40-yarder from him, from Goody to Scavo, to put him back in the driver's seat if they weren't already. But now it's 1st and goal from the 1 as Goody does get up and is walking gingerly to the sidelines over there. Boy, that is wow.
Yeah, it just turns from a great night and a very successful night as a team to now you're wondering, this could be, you're in control and you're going to probably win this game. But the loss later.
Right.
And we said it for a couple of drives now. We thought, he'd probably one more drive, and then it was okay, he probably gets one more drive, and okay, maybe one more drive. And now you have to sit here and just, scratch your head and think, man, that is the worst possible scenario that could happen.
So is it Jake Archbold is the question. It is. Archbold will come in as quarterback. He'll be in the shotgun formation with Hardwick behind him. From the 1-yard line, here's a give to Hardwick, dancing through the middle and getting into the end zone untouched. Another score for Homestead.
You can just feel the buzz kind of out of the stadium right now, and that's probably the quietest cheering touchdown I've ever heard, as everybody is watching intently on that Homestead Spartans sideline. Good news for the Spartans. Archbold, like I said, a Swiss Army knife, moves over from quarterback to the wideout position for this season. So he's got some experience at the helm for the Spartans, and it's an opportunity to get him some reps in case this is a long-term situation for Homestead. There's worse situations out there, but definitely not what you wanted.
Gunnar Fry, number 35, in to chip in the point after. And he does successfully. So 48-0 is now your first half score with 47 seconds remaining here in the first half. We're going to step out for a 30-second break. You're listening to SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves, and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com. Request your virtual quote and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne.
Homestead High School, where the tone of the game is really different tonight. It's 48-0. Homestead all over Bishop Luers. Bishop Luers racked with injuries, and then in this last series, Luke Goody went down with what appeared to be a very painful injury somewhere on his left arm. Now, he is a right-handed quarterback, and and Jake Archbold stepped in to complete the series as quarterback. A 1-yard run through the middle by Braden Hardwick put them up 48-0. But now the Homestead faithful look down to the sidelines and say, how is young Mr. Goody? What's his status? And is he feeling all right is the question. And here is the kickoff by Gunnar Fry. As we get ready to close out the first half, it is taken by Cam Hedgecock, trying to find his way around the left side. Good pursuit that time by the Homestead special teams, and he's going to be dropped just shy of the 20.
And that's where the Knights will take over on offense. It will be Carson Clark out at quarterback for the Knights once again. And if you're just joining us, the Knights also down a QB tonight as Christian Fly was hit in the head trying to recover a fumbled snap and has yet to return to the game. We don't expect to see him anymore this evening. Hopefully it's short term and he's going to be okay. A couple other injuries for the Knights. Baum is out for the rest of the game with what seems to be a shoulder area type injury. He has his pads off, so hopefully that is not too serious as well. Knights with their starting offense out here for what seems to be the final drive with 40 seconds left, down 48-0. Hale in the backfield. Let's see if they try to get a nice run here to close out the half.
On 1st and 10, just shy of the 20. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback. He's got some room, trying to bounce it outside. That C.J. Hale gets out to the 30 before he's driven out of bounds.
Nice run there by Hale on that left side behind Alex Workman and Foster Johnson. He was untouched into that second level and uses his speed to get all the way for the first down, and now he's going to be replaced by his brother, Sir Hale. So it's the Hale special in the backfield here to close out the half for the Knights. Two brothers transferred in from California this year, getting a lot of action on both sides of the ball for the Knights.
Here's a give to 22, breaking it outside to the right. Tries to get that corner, gets swept up and stopped near the 31-yard line. Getting some groans from the faithful that, he was just swung around and not really downed. But the officials say no, he was downed at the 31-yard line.
And that will conclude the half.
That's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. 48-0 is your halftime score. When we come back, we'll be facing a running clock. But first, we're going to go ahead and get Coach Zolman on the mic with Casey as he makes his way into the locker room. Hopefully we were able to do that. Okay, let's get down to Casey right away. Go ahead, Casey.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. Coach, a great performance by your team in that first half, but it was a little deflation there at the end of the half when Luke Goody left. What do you know about that injury, if anything?
Nothing yet. We're going to wait and see, and I'll talk to the doctors and see what's going on, but hope he's okay.
How would you assess the performance otherwise? I mean, it's pretty dominant.
Yeah, it's about as clean a half as we played for a while. And offense was clicking on all cylinders, and defense was sniffing everything out and running the ball really well. So I'm really pleased. Special teams played well too, so we're pleased.
With the new rule, the running clock to start the second half for the remainder of the game, essentially, how will that change personnel packages for you?
We'll start rotating younger kids in here in the second half, but we have to do it wholesale, makes it tough. So we'll probably rotate slowly and start rolling guys in.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Yep, thank you.
Back up to you guys.
All right, Case, good stuff there. Thanks very much for that. Well, folks, stick around. We're going to go ahead and step out real fast as we prepare for our halftime show brought to you by Shawnee Construction. Shawnee Construction and Engineering, a full-service construction firm that meets and exceeds expectations. With a 94% repeat and referral business, when we say partnering for a lifetime, we mean it. That's Shawnee Construction, our halftime sponsor. Stick around, folks. We are back in 1 minute. You're listening to SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
For every victory, for every highlight, for every team in the Summit Athletic Conference. We've got you covered. Like, follow, and subscribe for all the latest.
Homestead High School, where your halftime score is 48-0. The Homestead Spartans over the Bishop Luers Knights. Along with Matt Geely, I'm Sean McBride, and this is our halftime presentation brought to you by Shawnee Construction. And right now we're going to send things down to the sidelines with Nick Gray.
Well, welcome to the spotlight, or to the sponsor spotlight tonight, folks. We got a very repeat guest. I was excited to see you guys on the list. So John Reinbold of Reinbold and Anderson, welcome back, John.
Glad to be here.
And of course, Lydia, your daughter. Glad to have you, especially Lydia, because you're a senior now at Bishop Luers, right?
Yeah, I am.
So how's that going so far?
It's good. It's been kind of slow, but it's finally picking up. We have football games every Friday, so it's nice to have something to do.
Uh-huh. So, I always like to talk about the school spirit and things like that, especially the Luers spirit, and try to capture some of that stuff that's going on at school, bring that to the people that don't necessarily get to experience that. So share with me the excitement, trying to get you pumped up here, that's going to happen throughout your senior year here at Luers, wrapping up your career.
Well, football games, we've been actually have a good crowd coming out more, and that's like definitely to kick everything off. And throughout the year we have different events like based on seniors. Every year we have like where you're going to college, a t-shirt day, and where you like walk around the hallway, all the underclassmen have to cheer for you as you like walk through with the rest of your senior class. So it's pretty fun.
So when I heard through the grapevine that you might be going to Bellarmine?
Yeah, I am. I'm super excited. I committed over the summer, so I'm looking forward to signing.
And playing basketball?
Yes.
All right, because I know that I followed you a little bit on last season, the basketball team, and Luers always puts on a pretty good women's basketball program, so enjoy that. How do you feel about taking it to the next level?
I'm excited. I'm just ready to go and just see what other competition is out there and just really get into like a school with the team vibe. So I'm just excited to go.
Yeah, and excited to finish strong though too, right?
Yeah, no, I'm excited for senior year. No, I can't wait for it. I'm sad to start it.
I'm looking over at her dad, John, and he's like, "Well, don't discount the senior year yet. So still got to finish strong, right, John?"
Yeah, very strong, and it's a lot easier for Beth and I to watch her play high school than it's going to be to watch her play college, right? So we're excited for this senior year for sure.
Yeah, because isn't Bellarmine, is that in Tennessee?
That's in Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville,
It's a Catholic school. They have the Thomas Burton Center down there, and it's a really neat school, and they're actually going Division I for the first time. Lydia's freshman year.
Oh wow, that's excellent. So I know that being Catholic and being able to share your faith, here at Bishop Luers, definitely a big deal for you. But how do you feel about going to the next level with that too?
I'm really excited. At first, it kind of threw me off guard because I heard some rumors about going up, but I didn't know if it would really happen. But I'm really excited. We're going to be in like Florida 3 times a year, and but I'm really excited that it's a Catholic school, that I get to continue my faith, and I've just learned so much through Luers that it's just nice to have a place that I know I'll be accepted in.
Yeah, and John, I know how it is being a financial advisor, a lot going on. We really appreciate your support, Redeemer Radio, Reinbold and Anderson, great top-notch firm, and the reason for that is because of your Catholic faith. It's got to be, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And when we do advertising at Reinbold and Anderson, we normally try to do it for some non-for-profit, and that's I think that getting the word out is the best way, and it's done well for our business, but we don't do it for that. Right. I just think it's good to have a Catholic station here in Fort Wayne.
Well, I think it's I agree, because you allow me to have fun on Friday nights out here on the sidelines.
Although you can't wait to get upstairs after this halftime, as it's going to get colder, right?
Yeah, if it gets cold and rainy, I kind of bail on the sidelines, so that's always fun. So, anyhow, I wanted to talk just briefly. You mentioned something about the scholarship SGO thing. Yeah, share that with us relatively quick if you can.
I will do it real quick. Yeah, so the SGO, Scholarship Granting Organization, they offer a 50% tax credit for those people who give money through that organization. So if you give $1,000, goes to your school, could be Dwenger, Luers, any of the grade schools, and you get a 50% state tax credit. It's an unbelievable deal, and you're helping out all the schools.
Folks, I would encourage you to check out the diocese website or call Bishop Luers High School or any of your favorite Catholic school, because this is truly a great benefit that we can capitalize on, and that's good, solid advice coming through a good, solid financial advisor. So thank you, John Reinbold, for being on the program tonight. Lydia, always it's great to have you on, and we wish you the best your senior year here at Bishop Luers. So thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, folks, with that's been our sponsor spotlight tonight. John Reinbold and Anderson. If you're looking for some solid financial advice, I would check him out. With that, we'll go back up to you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, H&L Electric is your full-service electrical contractor from commercial and industrial to residential. H&L can handle the smallest to the largest of projects for your business or resident. Call Pete Henry at H&L Electric. This is our halftime presentation, folks. 48-0 is your halftime score. Homestead over the Bishop Luers Knights. We're going to step out for a 1-minute break. When we come back, we'll have stats with Jim Shorts. Stick around. This is SAC Football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball.
Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors
so many weapons on the outside, it's really easy. There's only one ball, so each play, you got to really spread it out, and it's no different than what you see in basketball. If you start just keying on one guy or one tendency, if a good balanced team can switch it up on you and go to a different guy or a different tendency, that's when you start seeing big plays. For instance, early on, they were running the ball very effectively. Luers was having trouble stopping the run. As the half went on, the Knights did a lot better job trying to plug up the holes, and when that happened, they went to the air. And when they went to the air, they were successful in that as well. Everything worked for the Spartans. They were able to really tone everything up and get everything tuned and ready for what's going to be a grueling stretch of games for them for the rest of the season. But in the process, you lose your leader, you lose quarterback number one, and with that, every step that you took forward, you have to hold your breath and hope that you don't have to start over and get new chemistry with new guys.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely a big concern. The headline tonight, I don't know will be the score, but will certainly be the injuries. Both teams suffering some significant injuries. And again, in case you're just joining us, folks, for the Bishop Luers Knights, we saw two of the starters go down tonight in Christian Fly, the quarterback, and of course Justin Baum as well. And they were already, Matt Gilly, suffering the injury bug. You know, guys, Ben Jennings, and let's even just talk about some special teams. Carter Drake, number 29, is out as well. And of course, Big 5'5" Double Nichols, isn't even on the field. So Bishop Luers came into the contest banged up, and so to lose their starting quarterback as well, even tougher. But the bigger headline, maybe because of who he is and what he does, is the starting quarterback for Homestead, Luke Goody, went down near the end of the first half with what appeared to be a left arm injury. We don't really know much more about that, and really can't even report much more about that anyway. So,
right.
We hope for these kids all is well as we see the Homestead Spartans making their way back out onto the field. So right now we'll go ahead and take a quick 60-second break. When we come back, we'll get tuned up for the second half. Stick around, folks. This is the SAC football program right here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100 basketball camps. The Holiday Hoops Developmental Camp is for ages pre-K through 8th grade. You'll work on shooting, dribbling, passing, and defense December 24th through January the 2nd on Tuesday and Thursdays. And the Always 100 Pro Camp 2020 takes you to the next level. It's the real college experience for grades 1 through 12. It's June 8th through June 11th.
Bishop Luers High School invites students of all faiths and backgrounds to pursue their own academic and spiritual goals. Come and visit Bishop Luers today or check them out online at bishopluers.org. All right, so we are getting ready to wrap up our halftime presentation here. 48-0 is your score. Homestead over the Bishop Luers Knights. The headlines tonight are the injuries that both teams have experienced. Bishop Luers really does not have much depth at all. We've got a sophomore in right now as quarterback, and Carson Clark has been put into really just a pressure cooker of a situation. The team is down, lots of points to come back, and he's doing his best. And so hats off to him for coming in under such circumstances. And right now, let's talk a little bit more about the Bishop Luers Knights as Casey O'Boyle has Coach Lindsay.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. Coach, a nightmarish first half in many, many ways. What was the message at halftime?
Nobody's going to feel sorry for them. If they finish the half, they better anticipate playing 24 minutes because we're not going to throw a bunch of freshmen and sophomores who are totally unprepared for Friday nights out to the Wolves. That they better compete, play with pride, and hustle. Like when you put on the Luers uniform, you're expected. The disappointing part is we didn't have that. I don't think we had that mindset. We had a bunch of kids feeling sorry for themselves from play 3 on. It showed in their body language. I've seen more mental mistakes and stuff that we've repped and executed, not just all week, but all off season. Ultimately, It's just a disappointing, embarrassing half, and challenges to come out here and play 24 minutes of Luers football. That's hustling everywhere, playing with pride, being physical. The complete opposite of what we did the first half.
What about your injury situation? Some of those guys that took themselves or got taken out of the game, are they going to be back in the second half?
Fly will be out. Baum will probably be out. I haven't got the update on him yet. I just talked with Berkmeyer. He's one kid. Nick Berkmeyer's been, from week one through that end of that first half, he's been everything that a Luers football player is supposed to be. So, I told him he's got a bruised rib. I told him he's done. He can help us coach on the sidelines and keep the kids' head in the game.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
You bet. Thank you.
Back up to you guys.
All right. Thanks very much for that, Casey O'Boyle. Direct from Coach's mouth. He's disappointed, Matt, and I think rightly so. And it would have been an interesting time to be a fly on the wall in that locker room, I think.
You can just tell by the tone and the verbiage how frustrated they are down there and how much potential they see in these players and how it just hasn't came together for them on 2 of the 3 weeks now so far in the season. And it's no secret that they have a lot of work to do, and I think everybody down there knows that. And what really stood out to me is, the mindset. And he seems very concerned with the mindset and kids walking into games feeling sorry for themselves, heads tucked between their tails. We're a smaller school. We got some of our best players are hurt, and woe is me. And Coach Lindsey's right. It's a mindset. You have to go in thinking to yourself, no one's going to hand it to you. You got to go get it. And I really like that he's going to stick with his guys for the second half because no rep is a bad rep, and this is an opportunity to get your head right because there's a lot of football left to play this year.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, football fans, just keep it locked right here on Redeemer Radio all weekend long as tomorrow night our USF Cougars begin the 2019 campaign on the road in Joliet, Illinois to take on the University of St. Francis. It's going to be the Saints versus the Cougars tomorrow night. Our coverage begins at 4:45 p.m. with kickoff at 5 o'clock right here on Redeemer Radio. Well, halftime is nearly over. There are 12 minutes back on the board. We're going to be in a running clock situation here due to the mercy rule as the halftime score 48-0. The Homestead Spartans over the Bishop Luers Knights. And the Knights deferred in the first half, so we will look forward to them getting the ball here in the second half. As Gunnar Fry, number 35, will be teeing up the ball from the 40-yard line. And he is in the process of doing that just now.
Sean, I find it interesting, across the city, every coach has their own philosophy and their own strategy. And I thought we didn't really touch on this at half, but the words of Homestead's head coach at half I thought were very interesting, how he said, they're going to start working in some of the younger kids and getting them some playing time. But he said they're going to slowly kind of implement them into the game. And, there's a lot of different philosophies. Some guys will just yell JV, get out there. Coach Lindsey said at half that he's going to stick with his guys and he's not going to throw a bunch of new guys out into the Wolves. So I would expect to see quite a bit of starters going on both sides here. But what you run into when that happens, like you saw with Homestead's quarterback in the first half, you just can't afford to lose a player in a blowout.
Yeah, no, that's precisely right. Yeah. All right, so here is the kickoff in return by Bishop Luers. It's a good one out past the 25, close to the 27-yard line. And that's where the Knights will take over, 1st and 10. And again, we will see number 14 come out onto the field. That's Carson Clark, the sophomore quarterback. He checks in at 6 foot, 171 pounds. Put in a really tough spot here tonight. But you know what? Life does that to you sometimes, right?
Absolutely. Same offensive line out there for the Knights. Workman, Johnson, Boudet, and Suloff. And then the 5th person going in for Baum is Brendan Mitchell, sophomore, 5'9", 192 pounds.
Here is a snap, good to the tailback. Right side, finding a seam, breaking through into the secondary and more is number 23, C.J. Hale, on the carry.
C.J. Hale with another strong run, and I would put him, I know Coach Lindsey singled out Nick Berkmeyer, somebody who's really shown what Luers football is all about, and for Mr. Hale, only his 3rd game in the Knights program, I've seen a lot from him over these last 3 weeks to say that he is another one of those players that just goes out there and plays hard. He doesn't care what the score is. He doesn't care who they're playing against or what the scenario is. He's just going to go out there and do his work, just like Berkmeyer does. Nice run there on first down.
First and 10 now, past the 40. Here's a snap. Again, give to Hale, dancing through the middle, finding some room, getting a block close to the 50 and near the stick. C.J. Hale again pounds it forward for a gain of 8.
Another strong run there by Hale. Good blocking up front on the right side by Brendan Mitchell into the game for the Knights, showing a little bit of fire for Coach Brent X, the offensive line coach for the Knights. Peter Suloff also on that right side, making a nice hole for the Knights as they stay in that hurry-up, no-huddle offense, still with Clark at the helm.
Homestead showing a 3-4 defense here as the Knights are taking their time to get this play correct. The same single setback formation. 2 wideouts on the short side. Here's a snap. Quick screen out to the short side. That's Cam Hedgecock. Keeps his feet. No, knee was down in the backfield, so that's going to be a tackle for loss officially, and that's going to bring up a third, and looks to be about maybe 3rd and 5.
Something that's really stood out to me tonight for the Spartans, we've seen a lot about their offense, and you've seen a lot in the papers about how electrifying their offense is, and they are. I'm also very impressed with their defensive secondary and how they tackle an open field. There's been a couple times where the Knights have had really nice-looking bubble screens right at the line of scrimmage forming, and each time it's one Spartan kind of sneaking through and making the open field tackle. It's really hard to do that, especially at this level, and they do it very, very well.
On 3rd and 5, Clark in the shotgun. Here's a snap. Again, they give through the middle. This time it's Sir Hale, number 22, on the carry. He won't have enough for a first down as he's tackled just shy of the 50.
Hale got the ball and immediately tried to get up in the hole. He's so quick, only at 5'6", 138 pounds. He was almost through the line before he had the ball in his hands, so he was unable to really get those legs moving. A 4th down now here, and the Knights are going to go for it, just needing about 3 yards.
They continue to look at the sidelines. It's going to be twins right, twins left, and a single setback for the Knights. They finally get the play in as Clark barks it out to his teammates from the shotgun. 4th and a short 3, long 2. Here's a quick give. Dragging tacklers with him, but he's going to be shy. Not enough for a first down. Is a tailback for the Knights. Again, that's Hale on the carry, 22 this time. So Sir Hale, not enough to get that first down.
Yeah, he needed 3. He got 2. And the Knights will turn it over on downs. And the Spartans will come out on offense, trying to see who they're going to go with at quarterback here. Looks like maybe Grady Swing, number 15. Yes, yeah. Grady Swing, sophomore quarterback out there for the Spartans. New tailback as well, so Homestead's starting to cycle through some guys, getting some newcomers some playing time.
1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line. Here's a quick give as they try to break it outside. It looks like, was that number 7 on the carry?
That's correct. Tyler Burris with the carry. The senior running back, 5'9", 170 pounds, trying to make it through on that right side. Looked like he was trying to cut it out, maybe bounce it outside. There was some running room there, but was just unable to get by the grasp of the Knights defense.
Call it a gain of 2, taking it just inside the Luers territory, down to the 49-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 8 now for the Spartans as they look to the sidelines. Scavo still out there in a trips package to the left. 1 wide out to the right side and a single setback. Here's the snap. Give to the tailback, tries his end around and nothing doing as 4, 5, 6 Knights gang up on him and drop him for a tackle for loss.
Yeah, and that tackle for loss is going to go to number 80, Grant Brow from the linebacker position. Filled the hole real nice, made a nice form tackle, took him to the ground. Brow's been a really, really nice piece at linebacker for the Knights this year. Makes another strong play there. And in at linebacker also, replacing Berkmeyer is Noah Harnish, the senior linebacker, listed at 5'5", 153 pounds. Takes over at that position, getting his first action of the night.
Loss of 2 brings up a 3rd and 10 now from their 49. Here's a snap. He looks to throw for the first time. Airs it out. Right side. He's got a man, goes down, grabs it, and that is a good catch in the deep flats on the right side.
Catch made by Colton Lehrman, number 13, senior wide receiver. Gets to the stick, something that I've said multiple times tonight for these Spartan wide receivers. Gets to the first down mark, turns around, makes a nice catch, a nice ball there also by Grady Swing, and the Spartans keep the drive alive on a 3rd and long.
Great situational awareness by this receiver corps for Homestead all night long. No real mistakes whatsoever.
And Sean, as we get deeper and deeper into this depth chart, it shows that it's coaching. I mean, every level is doing it. It's not just one playmaker. It's guys 1 through 60 are making the plays.
On 1st and 10, here's a give to the tailback. Tries to find his way again through the middle, falling forward for a gain of a few. Big scrum in the middle. Hard to see who that tailback is. One would think it's probably Burris again.
It is. Number 7, Tyler Burris. Tackle made by Grant Brow. Comes up a little limpy after the play, but he's going to stick it out. Tough kid, recovering from shoulder surgery in the offseason. Makes another tackle for the Knights at that linebacker position. It's one of those positions where you got to be able to take your bumps and bruises if you're going to play it. And he does that just about as good as anybody in the city.
Call it a gain of 1. Brings up 2nd and 9 for the Spartans. From the shotgun, man in motion now to the right side. Fake the jet sweep, give it to the tailback. He does find some room, stays on his feet, waits for his block, gets a first down and more right through the middle.
See, there's that vision, that jump cut that I saw earlier in the drive. That time he was able to break free and get a nice gain there on that left side of the offensive line. It's a new look offensive line there, led by Chase Billman, the senior left tackle. Does a nice job getting to the second level and making a nice lane for Burris. And the Spartans move the chains again as they're driving now inside the red zone. Just about.
Just about. Ball's at the 22-yard line and a fresh set of downs for the Spartans. They shift to the right now. Here's a snap. Looks to go right through the middle. And let's see, another big scrum. Not much there for number 7, Burris again, trying to follow his lead blockers through there. So good job by the Knights defense to plug things up.
Yeah, tackle there on the outside linebacker position by Nelson Kanapke, the sophomore. Makes the play from the linebacker spot. Also plays a little quarterback. Not too surprising, coming from the
right.
lineage of Kanapke quarterbacks here at Luers. Makes a nice play there on defense, though.
3:38 remaining here in the third quarter. 48-0 is your score. Homestead again just outside the red zone. Jet sweep left side this time. Cannot find the edge, getting tackled and dragged out of bounds inside the 20. And let's get a read on that number. I believe that's number 28, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, 28 for
Chambers.
the Spartans.
Yeah, Ethan Chambers, the junior.
Hedgecock on the tackle for Luers as Homestead stays on the ground. Another third down here, third and long, as they're now probably approaching an opportunity here to either make it a 2-down territory with fresh legs in there to work on some plays, or gives you an opportunity here if the Knights can get a stop to maybe show off the kicking game a little bit.
Sure, yeah. All right, down to 5 with the play clock here. They need to get going here. 2-1-0, and did they get the snap off? They're going to let them play it out. And here's a give again through the middle for number 7, Burris. Not much there. That's going to bring up a 4th and 6 for the Homestead Spartans.
You know, Sean, it's something that you see at every level, and something that can drive you crazy on TV as you're watching that play clock tick down. But all the officials tell you that they will look at that clock, and when they see it 0, they will then look back at the play and see if the ball snaps. So really, you have about an extra second to a second and a half, depending how fast the referee's able to pick up where the ball's at. And right there, it looks like Homestead barely got under the ticker, and they're going to attempt a field goal here.
Yeah, it looks like number 35 again. That is Fry. Gunnar Fry will come in for a 35-yard attempt. Snap, hold, ball. It's in the air. Is it good?
It is.
It is. He made it. So 3 more points on the board for Homestead. And that takes your score up to 51-0 with 1:56 remaining in the third quarter. We'll step out for a 30-second break. You're listening to High School Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves, and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne.
Retreats with over 70 rooms. Be sure to visit Our Lady in her grotto and walk the 30 scenic acres. St. Felix is a former home of Blessed Solanus Casey. You can visit their website at sfcatholiccenter.com to schedule your next meeting or retreat. So Homestead able to chip one in. 3 more points on the board for the Spartans. The score now 51-0 with 1:56 remaining here in the third quarter. Gunnar Fry continuing the kicking duties for the Spartans. Lines it up at the 40-yard line, kicking right to left on your radio dial. And here is the kick with the wind. End-over-end kick, taken near the 6-yard line. Cam tries to break it to the outside. Gets a couple blocks, sheds a couple tackles, gets north of the 30 before he's driven out of bounds. Great return that time by number 2, Cam Hedgecock.
Nice return there for the Knights. They've had pretty good kick returns all night. They've had quite a few opportunities to work on it, and first half they've really set up their wall towards their sideline most plays, but the last couple they've been kind of working at the other sideline, so it gives Coach X, special teams coordinator, a chance to kind of see both sides, see both looks, get them both on film. And, you know, every single rep and every single down is an opportunity to get something on film to look at, to improve, to get better at, to improve as the year goes on.
Is that Nelson Kanapke, number 12, back there as quarterback now?
It is.
I believe it is. So Kanapke in the shotgun. He's a sophomore. Will take over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line for the Knights. Here's a jet sweep to the right side, trying to find some room, taking it to the numbers, hop step this time, and dropped is number 16. That's Brody Glenn.
Yes, Glenn with a nice little jet sweep there, trying to get to the outside. Got a couple yards, and the Knights sticking with pretty much the same offensive line for the most part out there right now, as they now have 2nd and long with Kanapke in the gun, which just sounds right, doesn't it, Sean?
Yeah, that's right. It's like deja vu all over again. All right. Hale back there is the single setback. Trips package to the left side, one wide right on the short side. Kanapke in the shotgun. Here's a snap. Blitz coming. He follows his lead blocker. He's got it. He's got some more room, and finally dragged down after a first down near the 46-yard line. Boy, he shot through that hole like a cannon.
He sure did, and unfortunately it looks like there's a flag on the play. Something's making the referees all blow the whistle, and now they're going to have a meeting. Looks like it's a false start against the Knights, which is just unfortunate.
Yeah. I think his lead blocker that time, I believe, was number 88, Jacob Krieger, and he did a great job of getting through there in time and blowing that hole open, but that's going to do it. Look at that. With a running clock, the third quarter is over, so we need to step out and get in these breaks. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to high school football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
For every victory, for every highlight, for every team in the Summit Athletic Conference, we've got you covered. Like, follow, and subscribe for all the latest.
Beginning of the fourth quarter, running clock situation, 51-0 is your score. Game all but in hand here for Homestead. And we got 12 minutes more to play here with Kanapke as the quarterback for Bishop Luers. Here's a throw to the flats out there on the far side of the field. Incomplete pass that time. And that's going to burn it down and bring up 3rd and long now for the Bishop Luers Knights. 3rd and 13 as the ball is resting now at their own 29-yard line.
Johnny Sewell out there for the Knights at wide receiver was the intended target on that throw. Kanapke just missed him a little bit to the outside. Good pass protection up front by the offensive line. As Kanapke now 3rd and long has about 15 seconds. Like the coach Stansky might want to switch up the play here. Interesting, Kanapke's brother, Norman, Norman is the one singling the play to his brother. So it's just a whole Kanapke outing out there.
Here is the snap, a little low this time. Pressure coming, bubble screen. He's got it. He's got some room. Defense converging. He finds a couple blocks and gets north, close to the 40-yard line.
That's that individual effort that I was talking about, and I know it's a Hale. I just can't tell which one. That's going to be Sir Hale.
Sir Hale.
So, yes, Sir Hale. I've been waiting for that all night, Sean. I'm sorry, I had to get it in.
You got it in. Very good.
Nice screenplay there for the Knights. Had a bunch of blockers out front, And still a couple Homestead Spartans snuck through, but Hale was able to make them miss and almost got to the marker. So now it's a manageable 4th down.
Fourth and about 3 coming up here for the Bishop Luers Knights. Ball at the 39-yard line. Offense on the field, led by Kanapke, number 10. Check that, number 12. He's a sophomore. Here's a snap. Draw play. Sir Hale tries to find his way around the right side, and he does. He gets tripped up in the linebacker core. It's going to be close. I think they're going to give it to him.
Knights coaching staff never giving up and never giving in, just pleading for that to be a 1st down, and it sure is. So nice second effort there by Sir Hale. Good play call there by Coach Stansky up in the booth. Nice run outside on the right side. And the Knights move the chains and keep the drive alive. 4th
down conversion by the Knights pays off here. 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. Kanapke in the shotgun. Here's a snap. He looks to throw on 1st down. Pressure comes. He ducks out of it. Ducks out of 2. Trying to get north and south. Looking for a blocker. Has one. Staying north and south and finally gets taken down north of the 45 at about the 47.
Really nice move there by Kanapke. A phenomenal individual effort there to get some yards on what looked to be a near sack at least 2 or 3 times. Nice shifty moves there to keep the drive moving forward, and showing a little moxie as the sophomore.
That he is. Turns nothing into a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 now for the Knights.
Probably escaping his brothers all those years. Probably worked to his favor there.
And here's a give to Sir Hale. Tries to bounce it around the outside. Is able to evade 1 tackle and fall forward for a gain of 1.5, close to the 50-yard line.
Knights really working that right side of the offensive line. Peter Suloff at right tackle doing a nice job trying to clear the way, trying to get upfield. Also joining him, number 56, George Boudet, the center. Had a couple tough snaps earlier in the night, but that's to be expected in the rain and wind. He's been a lot better, though, as the game has gone on. He's really growing already in week 3 of the season, starting as a sophomore.
3rd and 3 now for the Knights. Ball resting right at the 50-yard line. Take their time looking over the defense. Here's the snap. He looks to throw. Fires a slant. He's got his man. Knee was down. That was caught by number 15, Eli Gernhardt.
Yeah, Gernhardt with a nice catch there. Nice throw by Kanapke, as we see a nice little relationship forming there between those two, both sophomores. So this is one of those JV connections that they've probably been working on so far this season. So it's a familiar target there for Kanapke, and they move the chains.
Into Homestead territory now. Ball at the 43 of the Spartans. Running back this time is Cody Kern, number 34. Kanapke in the shotgun. Here's a snap. Counter Trey coming up. He's hit in the backfield and dropped immediately. Tackle for loss that time. Good penetration by the Spartans. Looks like number 46 was in there first.
Yeah, it was a Trey left, so they were bringing 2 offensive linemen from the opposite side across the play, trying to trap the defensive lineman, and that's a play that they're going to check on film and something where Kern can learn from, as if he would have stayed inside of the blockers, he would have had a chance there to get a positive gain, but instead he outran his lineman to the outside, which played right into the hands of the Spartan defense.
So that was a big tackle for loss of 5 that time, bringing up 2nd and 15. Ball back at the 48. Kern remains in, offset to the left. Snap, screen, Kern gets hit immediately and dropped. No gain on the play.
Yeah, that screen not as successful as the first one the Knights ran. That one Spartan defender who sniffs it out each time makes the play. That time it was number 46 for Homestead, which is Andrew Baer, the junior defensive lineman. Does a nice job sitting still, making the play on that side of the field.
Workman checking out for the Knights. Brings up 3rd and 15 now. Going to be a 3-receiver set out there to the right side. Kanapke with some last-second instructions.
A little bit of confusion here. He's got to go.
Here's a snap. It's good. Play action. Rolling to the right. He's got pressure, and he goes down again. Again, that is Bear coming around the edge, and he is having a whale of a contest here.
Yeah, makes a nice move on that right side. Dips his shoulder, gets around the edge, and he's coming on the blind side of Kanapke, and Kanapke didn't really have a chance there to get rid of the ball. That backs the Knights way back here on 4th down. So we'll probably see an opportunity here for another screen, maybe a draw. I wouldn't mind seeing Knapp get to air one out here.
Sure. 4th and 22 now for the Knights. Antoine Lake wide out here on the left side. Knapp's going to be in the shotgun with a single setback. Here is the snap. Steps up into the pocket, has a little protection, now collapses. He's wrapped up and dropped. He does get some positive yards, but not much, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Well, folks, when you open an Elevate membership at Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, you'll get $50 in your new account and another $50 for an eligible nonprofit, like a Catholic high school, parish, or even Redeemer Radio. You already share our values. Why not share in our benefits? That's Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. So the offense is back out on the field now for the Spartans. Again, they take over in Bishop Luers territory at the Luers 47-yard line. Here is a snap, give to the tailback, trying to grind his way through and not getting there. Big number 73 wraps him up and pulls him backwards.
That's Ben Rectanis making the play from the nose tackle position. Does a nice job getting through the first line of offensive linemen and makes the tackle right at the line of scrimmage. So nice job there by Ben Rectanis, playing all the way to the end here as we approach 4 minutes to go.
Forward progress gives him 1 yard on the play, bringing up 2nd and 9. Man in motion out of the right side, jet sweep. He's got the edge, looking for a block, trying to dance his way around for some more yardage. Gets close to the stick before he's driven down. Number 14 on the carry that time for Homestead, and that is Caleb Fritsch.
Nice run there by the Spartans along the right edge. Nice push up front there by the offensive line. And as the clock dwindles down here, the Spartans continue to move that ball down the field.
Going to find out if Nick Gray is still out and about. He might have some late scores from around the area. It's been quite a while since we've talked to Nick and checked in with him. So maybe we'll be able to go down to him shortly. 1st and 10 now for the Spartans. Here is a snap, going to be a pitch to the right side. He's hitting the backfield and driven out. Not much there for the Spartans. So let's check in with Nick, who's got scores from around the area.
Well, guys, we've got Bishop Luers has beaten Southside 41-0. Right now, Bishop Dwenger, sorry.
Freudian slip.
Thank you. Dwenger beating Southside 41-0. Carroll's over at Northside, and Carroll's leading that one 28-0. Snyder's at Concordia, and Snyder's winning the last time I saw 17-7. Wayne at Northrop, that one's kind of a battle. 19-14. Generals are leading that one. Cherubusco's at Garrett, 32-14. Cherubusco leads that one. Columbia City Belmont. Columbia City's winning 30-0. DeKalb's beating New Haven 21-14. Norwell, Leo at Norwell. I think the last time I saw it was 7-0 Norwell. That might be a little outdated. One that I definitely got to get on the air here is that Lakeland was beating Prairie Heights 14-0. Go Lakers. Jim Shorts went there. Back up to you guys.
All right, thanks very much, Nick Gray, for that update. Here's a jet sweep by Homestead around the far side of the field. He's got some room and more inside the red zone and going to be tackled near the 16-yard line. So we're at the 2-minute mark of this contest. 51-0 is your score. It's been academic for a while, Matt, and lots of room for improvement for Bishop Luers. And again, injuries up and down the roster. It's just not fair at all. But sometimes there are seasons like this, and you just have to fight through it and put a good face on it as much as you can. And this is where really coaches sometimes really thrive, and because sometimes there's a lot of coaching you have to do, and some years there's not a lot of coaching you have to do.
Yep.
And in this instance, you've got to do a lot of coaching.
Yeah, and next week is a big week for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's important to come out right after a tough loss like this and put together a good week of practice, keep the kids focused, keep the kids positive. Like Coach Lindsay said at half, keeping the mindset right, making sure everybody's out there playing for something bigger and better for the team. And also they get to head home and they're going to take on Concordia. And after hearing the score updates there from Nick Gray, sounds like Concordia is giving Snyder a little bit of a game, and that's Concordia is a team near the same size as Luers, and I would expect it to be a very competitive game and an opportunity if the Knights can get healthy and get some key players back in key positions, really try to put another win on the board to get back to 500.
Concordia check the Homestead keeps it on the ground here, and it may be enough for a first and goal coming up. Let's see what they do with the sticks. Yes, it will be a first and goal coming up here for the Homestead Spartans, and it won't matter because that's going to do it for the contest. That is it, and the Homestead Spartans come away with a massive victory over the Bishop Luers Knights tonight. 51-0 is your final score. We're going to go ahead and step out for a 1-minute break and let Jim get his numbers together. When we come back, we will have game stats and wrap up this broadcast from Homestead. So we are back in 60 seconds. You're listening to SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100 basketball camps. The Holiday Hoops Developmental Camp is for ages pre-K through 8th grade. You'll work on shooting, dribbling, passing, and defense December 24th through January the 2nd on Tuesday and Thursdays. And the Always 100 Pro Camp 2020 takes you to the next level. It's the real college experience for grades 1 through 12. It's June 8th through June 11th.
Tomorrow night, the University of St. Francis begins their 2019 campaign on the road against the University of St. Francis in Joliet, Illinois. Our coverage begins at 4:45 tomorrow evening with the kickoff slated at 5 o'clock. Well, again, we are wrapping things up here with a post-game presentation from Homestead High School on the southwest side of Fort Wayne, where the Spartans have handily defeated the Bishop Luers Knights 51-0 tonight. And with the final numbers behind the score, Jim Shorts. Jim, take it away.
Sean and Matt, we had Bishop Luers Knights, your Bishop Luers Knights, with 66 total yards of offense tonight, 27 rushes for 18 yards, 9 receptions for 48. On the Homestead side of the ball, obviously they look tougher than a boarding house steak out there tonight. 443 yards of total offense, 13 for 20 on passing, 149 yards, 26 rushes for 149 yards. Let's look at individual leaders for Bishop Luers. We had C.J. Hale, 10 rushes, 53 yards, a definite bright spot on the offense. Sir Hale, 5 rushes, 12 yards. Passing side of the ball, Carson Clark, 3 for 7 for 20. Nelson Kanapke, 3 for 4, 17 yards. Christian Fly, 3 for 6, 10 yards. Reception side of the ball, Cameron Hedgecock, 2 for 20. Sir Hale, 1 for 10. Back to you, Sean.
All right, thanks very much for the update there. That is going to do it for our coverage here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We can't thank you enough for being with us. Join us next week when we will be broadcasting the Bishop Dwenger game as they take on these Homestead Spartans. So stick around for that next Friday. Tailgate Talk starts at 6 p.m. with our Game of the Week coverage starting at 6:55. Special thanks to the entire Redeemer Radio Sports broadcast crew. Back at the station, we had Aaron Rourke as our broadcast engineer, keeping us on the air all night. On the sidelines tonight, we had Nick Gray, and Casey O'Boyle was our sideline reporter. Up in the booth, we had Jim Shorts on stats. For my broadcast partner, Matt Geely, I'm Sean McBride, wishing you all a good night. May God bless you, and we'll see you on the sidelines. This is SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM. All right, thanks, Aaron. Have a good night.
Thanks, Aaron.